Travel tips for Paris. Are you planning a trip to Paris? This video will provide you with all of the helpful Paris travel advice you'll need to make your trip more enjoyable and convenient. Oh, Paris. A vacation to Paris is a dream come true. Imagine traveling through its gorgeous streets, visiting its famous landmarks one after the other, tasting all of its wonderful foods, and eventually climbing the Eiffel Tower. If you're planning a vacation to Paris, you must be really excited because you'll be in one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today, we are going to talk about travel tips for Paris. Before we get started with the video, don't forget to smash the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get started. Number 10. Choose the time to visit Paris that is best for you. The first step in organizing a vacation to Paris is to choose the ideal time to travel that works for you. There is no one-size-fits-all solution because everyone's lives are unique. However, if you leave other parameters constant and base your selection on what's going on in Paris or the weather, here's a summary to help you decide. Springtime is one of the best times to visit Paris. The weather is pleasant, the flowers are blooming, and there aren't many people yet. On the other hand, Paris in the summer has the most ideal weather, assuming there is no heat wave, and the days are long enough to appreciate the city to the fullest. But it sees the most tourists, and aircraft prices, attractions, and hotels are at their highest. For something in between, consider visiting Paris in the fall. Fall brings with it chilly weather, fall-colored streets, reduced crowds, especially towards the beginning of winter, and a plummeting overall cost of travel. If you don't want to cope with large crowds, visit Paris in the winter. During this period, the crowds dissipate and the cost of flights and accommodations falls. But you must endure the frigid temperatures and short days. Number 9. Don't skimp on travel insurance. One of the best ideas for traveling to Paris is to get travel insurance. In fact, before flying anywhere, whether to Paris or elsewhere, be sure you have travel insurance. Many things can happen on the road. You could lose your important travel accessories, require expensive urgent treatment, and if you don't have travel insurance, it will rapidly become expensive, despite the fact that insurance could have covered everything if you had paid only a few dollars for it. Though there are other travel insurance companies available, the one I trust and recommend is World Nomads Travel Insurance. They operate in over 130 countries, making it simple to seek a quote and ensuring a smooth claim process. Number 8. Don't visit only the famous landmarks. The Louvre Museum, the Eiffel Tower, the Sacré-Cœur, the Arc de Triomphe, the Orsay Museum, and other well-known landmarks will undoubtedly be at the top of your Paris travel bucket list. Instead of merely visiting those, explore additional non-touristy things to do in Paris and get off the beaten path. This way, you'll be able to discover Paris beyond what's in the guidebooks. Parc Monceau, Paris's covered passages, Les Arènes de Lutèce, Montmartre's windmills, the Paris Sewer Museum, the Paris Pet Cemetery, and many other hidden jewels are worth visiting. Number 7. Buy skip-the-line tickets in advance to avoid wasting time in queues. One of the most essential suggestions for visiting Paris is to purchase skip-the-line tickets to attractions in advance. Paris is one of Europe's most visited cities, so expect huge lines at its major sites. You may easily spend 2-3 hours simply standing in line to go into sites like the Louvre, Eiffel Tower, or Arc de Triomphe. While this may not be a major issue if you have a long stay in the city, if you're only in Paris for a weekend or even a day, you'll waste a lot of time waiting in lines instead of visiting other sites. The most effective approach to avoiding this is to purchase skip-the-line tickets online. You can purchase skip-the-line tickets in advance for major attractions, which include this Eiffel Tower skip-the-line ticket grants access to the summit. The Louvre Museum's skip-the-line ticket includes an audio guide. The Orsay Museum's skip-the-line ticket. This Arc de Triomphe ticket allows you to avoid the line. Versailles Palace skip-the-line admission ticket for the palace and grounds. Number 6. Choose your accommodation in the central districts of Paris. If you just have a few days in Paris, the last thing you want to do is waste time on long journeys by lodging outside of the city or in outlying arrondissements. Instead of lodging in the 20th district, which is a little far from the main attractions, consider staying in the 7th, 8th, or even 1st. The higher the number, the farther it is from central Paris. Number 5. Book your hotel or apartment rental way in advance. While we're on the subject of reserving in advance, another helpful Paris travel tip is to reserve your accommodations ahead of time, especially during the summer, when they tend to sell out quickly. This may not occur at all hotels or apartments, but the one that meets your specific requirements may be booked out if you do not book in advance. Best hotels, with views of the Eiffel Tower. The coolest Airbnbs and apartment rentals with Eiffel Tower views. The best Paris hotels have swimming pools. Top hotels in Montmartre. Budget-friendly Paris apartment rentals. The best hotels near the Louvre Museum. Luxury apartment holiday rentals in Paris. If reading the aforementioned article sounds like too much work, you can book one of my expertly selected hotels listed below. Number 4. Take advantage of free museums. If you're on a tight budget or simply want to save money for something else, one of the finest Paris travel suggestions is to visit free museums. There are numerous free museums in Paris that are worth seeing, including the Petit Palais, Musée Carnavalet, Maison de Victor Hugo, Musée de la Vie Romantique, and many more. The best thing is that, because most people rush to the famed Paris museums, these ones are usually less crowded, more interesting to see, and, most importantly, free. Number 3. Don't just stick to Paris. Explore the nearby cities too. Paris is undeniably gorgeous. However, rather than only seeing the metropolis and leaving the country, you should also tour the surrounding cities and towns. You can arrange a weekend escape from Paris or a day trip to Strasbourg, Monet's Garden, Provins, Mont-Saint-Michel, Chantilly, or any of these charming destinations near Paris. This will allow you to temporarily escape the non-stop life of Paris and experience the beauty of other parts of France. Number 2. Don't try to see everything in a short amount of time. It is not uncommon to desire to fit in as many activities as possible in a short period of time. However, it is impossible to see everything in one visit. And to be honest, I haven't seen everything in Paris myself. While walking at random, I occasionally come upon new jewels. Trying to visit everything will result in travel burnout, since you will be rushing from one attraction to the next instead of immersing yourself and completely enjoying the experience. Number 1. Try to dress like Parisians. When it comes to what to wear in Paris, try to dress like a native. So how do the locals dress? Parisians want to keep things stylish, and they always appear to have given their outfits some consideration without going crazy. They're not exactly runway-worthy, but they always appear well-dressed. It's rare to see Parisians walking down the street in sportswear, unless they're actively working out, let alone sweatpants. That's the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know by giving it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.